Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Lil Scratchers. I know, I'm sorry, I've not been uploading for a while, but I'll tell you the reason as we get to the end of this video. So, today we will be making a game, and not just any other game. We'll be making an Android game specifically for Android devices. But how do we do that? Well, you can do that in Scratch. So we would have to go out of Scratch and find a new software. But don't worry, it's not going to be that new. So let's say goodbye to our old friend Scratchy. Let's say bye. But he seems a little bit happy, so much better. So, what was the new program that I was talking about? Well, it's just another version of Scratch, or to frame it further, it's just another mod or a modification of Scratch. It is EICQUES, Equus, a Scratch mod. So, how is it different from the original Scratch project other than the fact that it has a purple border other than the blue border? Well, with this, you can change the width or the height of the screen or the scene window or the stage. So doing that is pretty easy. All you gotta do is click on here and we'll get you to the URL settings. And over here, you need to plug in some values. So we would be requiring 375 for the width and 667 for the height. There we go. And here we scroll down and then we click done. But before we do that, let's see the features, the other features. Well, it has some of the features disabled, like the maximum clone count. So usually Scratch only allows up to 300 clones in a stage, but this mod disables that. List length, the same thing. It has a maximum length of the list. It disables that. And then it disables the size of the pen, and it adds sound effects, and it disables the music XY, and it disables the say or the think bubble length, and the simultaneous sounds. It's add up, and notes, and the tempo. Yeah, these are basic things. We won't be requiring that. So let's just go ahead and click done. And there we go. We got this long boy. So he's very long. But as you can see here, we can't see the Y position because it's been designed to do that. But if you ask me, I want to look at the screen at once. How do I do that? Well, for you 14-inch laptop users, you have a trick. You press the control key and with your mouse, you go to this point and scroll out so that you can see the window. Beautiful. So I know this might be not visible, but I'll just make this area bigger for you so that you can see the actual code in here. So let's get rid of the Scratch Cat, pretty basic stuff. Let's close this notepad. And we'll be adding a few assets. So let me go ahead and upload a sprite. It's available in the desktop. And let me go to my assets and bring out all of these guys. Wonderful. So let me show you all the items. We have the Flappy Bird title, we have this, and we have the Flappy Bird itself. And I forgot to mention, we'll be making, you guessed it, a Flappy Bird game. Pretty simple basics to, go right off the bat and make an Android game. So let me take my let me take my keyboard, and we'll rename these, we'll call them Flappy, we'll call this the title. So we can call it the title. I'm sorry if these are a bit small because, my laptop is a 14-inch one. And let's call this the button, and this is the bird. Basic stuff. So let's go and just adjust these. We'll make the title 80% size, and I would actually scroll a bit, and there we go. We got this. Simple yet amazing, amazing background. Amazing game start game scene. Start game scene. And we will make a background of blue because Flappy Birds fly in the sky and then they dodge obstacles. So yeah. We'll make all of these go to X0, so we'll start off with the when green flag is clicked. Let me zoom out a bit. So when the green flag is clicked, you go to X0, Y233. As you can see here, since the width has been changed, its maximum length of how far it can travel also changes. So if you were looked at Scratch, after a certain point, it just stops right there. But not the case in this, if you use this mod right here. So let's continue. So we added this, and then let's go ahead and do the same thing for the button. So we'll do when the green flag is clicked, you go to that position. And what we'll do is we'll have this as a dummy. So this is a dummy. So we're gonna say when the green flag is clicked, forever wait to 0.1. Next costume. So this is basically just a dummy for our game. So we'll make this go to 0, 0 and start. And as you can see, it shows up the animation. Let's full screen that. And it shows the animation. Great. Now let's go ahead and make the button work. So we're going to say forever. Zoom out a bit. So forever if touching, we'll add in the if else. So we'll add in an if else and say if touching mouse pointer. And inside that we add in another if saying if mouse is down. So there we go, if mouse down. But before we do that, we'll add in an element kind of thing, an effect. So we'll set the brightness to 30% and we'll duplicate it, and else we set the brightness 0, and if the mouse is down, you wait until you're not touching the mouse pointer. So grab in a knot and grab in a mouse down and put that inside the knot, and we're gonna plug this whole thing inside the wait until block. So we're gonna put that in there. So if the mouse is down, you wait until the mouse is not down or the player has lifted up the mouse. Then I have not tried this out, but let's see if this effect kind of works. So I want the button to like pop up and come out and then go back to its original size. So we'll be doing something like change size by 1 and then change it back to -1, both of them in 2 separate repeat 10 loops, and we'll put that inside in here. Let's see if that works. There we go, it works. Not like how I expected it to work, but still it does the trick. Yep. Or let's try doing 3. You can play around with these values. Yep, there we go. It works. So after we do all of these, we broadcast a specific message known as start game, or let's say start countdown. So we need the player to be ready so that the player can start, because if you click the start and then directly the game just jumps in and starts, it's not gonna be great. So that's why we added a countdown before the game actually starts. So we got that right there, and then we'll do stop this script and stop other scripts in the sprite. So before we stop this script, we stop other scripts in sprite. So you do that and then it just goes away. It stops everything. So before we stop other scripts in sprite, we'll just set the brightness effect back to 0. So there we go. So if you start, then the game should switch itself to the gaming thing. So the gaming area, if you want to say. We'll just keep stop this script for now. We'll get rid of this start other scripts in sprite. And what we'll do is we'll say when I receive start countdown, you repeat 10 times and you switch the ghost effect. So you change the ghost effect by -10 and then you hide. But since you're hiding in here at the start of the game, you need to show it so that it doesn't stay hidden forever. So after that, you just hide and then you go ahead and stop other scripts in the sprite. So if I click on it, it just goes away, vanishes. Okay, that was actually not what I expected, but it's okay. Because what I thought would happen is that let's just set the ghost effect back to 100. I mean, back to 0. Okay, yeah, it's not hidden, so yeah. Yep, we need to change the ghost effect to 10. Change the ghost effect by 10 instead of doing it -10, because higher the ghost effect value, the more opacity it will have. So I think it should work now. Yep, there we go, it works. And now that we got the button done, we'll do something with the title. So we'll do forever, repeat 10 times, and then we'll say go to motion, and we'll say change y by 0.3 in the first repeat loop and change y by -0.3 in the second repeat loop. So I think this video would be pretty long because I'm explaining one by one, and also I'm kind of suffering with this small window thing because I'm actually not used to small windows. Just for the sake of showing all of this up, I'm doing it. So it's okay, never mind. So now we got this little, I don't know whether I can say it an animation, but you know, you get that effect of motion and you know that enthusiasm, that enthusiastic feeling. And the same thing, we'll just head over to the button and take this code and put him in there, and take this code and put him in there. And if I click start, then everything hides. But once everything hides, you want everything to show as well. So you add in the show, and also you make sure you set the ghost effect. Actually, you don't need the ghost effect to be set because it usually sets everything. The ghost effect is usually set to 0 once the game stops by Scratch itself. So yeah, we'll do the same thing to the title. I know I'm going a bit slow because I don't know, my mood is not great today. I don't know what to say, so yeah. I have a lot of projects, by the way. So right now we got the game screen. I mean, we got the start screen set up. So if you click play, it goes away with an amazing animation, so-called animation. And then we need to get on with the main game, right? So for today, we'll just code up the player. So we'll duplicate the dummy sprite and call it bird. And you should say, we'll paint in another sprite, and we'll call it countdown. So we need the countdown. So right now, I head over to the text, add in white text, I guess, and I'll put in 3. In, I don't know, whichever thing you want. I'll go with pixel. Okay, so we'll call this 3, duplicate it, and we'll say 2. Oops, I'm messing up. And then we got 2. We need 1, so 1. And then we need the word go. So it's like a 3, 2, 1, and go. Center that. So make sure you center all of these so that everything stays in the same position. So there we go. So we got 3, 2, 1, go. So let's say when the green flag is clicked, you hide. And when I receive start countdown, you show. And then you also switch the costume to 3. And then you say, wait 1 second. Switch it to 2. Wait 1 second. Switch it to 1. And say go. And wait 0.5, or let's just have 1 in here. So it's gonna be like this: 3, 2, 1, go. And then after this is done, we need it to hide as well. So 2, 1, go, and it hides. So that is when the game starts. So after he hides, we'll just broadcast the game. So we'll broadcast start game. I'll go to the bird and say when I receive start game, you show up. I might actually have this full for now. Yep. So when the green flag is clicked, you show it up, and then we'll make a variable. So this is going to be global, so you can just rename the my variable and say y velocity. So y velocity. And when the game starts, you set the y velocity to 0, and then you want him to go to a certain position. So we'll make him go to x negative 150 and y 0. So we'll make him go to x negative 150 and y 0. Not 52, but we'll make him go to 0. And then we're gonna do a forever loop. So we're gonna go to control and say forever. You change the y position by y velocity, and at the same time you change y velocity by 0.8, negative 0.8, negative 0.8. So now if I run this, the bird just falls down, and if you notice, it doesn't stop right there, it just keeps on falling down. Yep. So now we'll set the velocity to 0, and then right now we'll just go ahead and make the clicking work. So when you receive start game, you add in another hat block, and in that you say forever. If mouse is down, then you set, this time you set, okay, you don't change, but you set the y velocity to 8. So now if you see, it says 3, 2, 1, go, and then it shows up, and now you can play as this little guy who just jumps around minding his own business. But wait, did you see that? If I just press and hold the mouse button, he just keeps going up and up and up and up forever. But we don't want that to happen, so what we do is we add in a not, mouse down, and we wait until not, mouse down, so that it actually works. So right now, as you can see, if I spam, it goes up, but if I hold, it doesn't. So I have to spam click. But this will be different in a mobile game since your finger is actually the mouse. So this would be different in a mobile game. So let me just spam and bring him up. He's going down forever. Yeah. So that's it, I guess. Before we finish it off, let me just say when the green flag is clicked, he hides. So where's the hide block? So when the green flag is clicked, he hides, he go to this position, and he sets his y velocity. So this is his setup bit, this is the execution, this is the preparation bit, and this is the preparation and the execution bit, and this is the one part of the execution, which is the mouse down. Now before we stop everything, let's just give this guy his animation. So We're gonna say forever weight 0.1. Next costume. Pretty simple, yet powerful. So let's play this in full screen. So this is our, let's take this to be our mobile phone. Let's just click start. The game starts. 3, 2, 1, go. The player appears and he can jump and move around and have fun with what he loves. And if he falls down, it's like Minecraft, you fall into the void forever, but he doesn't die. So in the next bit, or in the next video, we will be changing him and we'll be saying that, hey, once you reach the ground, you die. Or else, we'll also be adding pipes to our games. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna end this video here, but before I do that, let me just tell you what I'm working on. So I've been working on a new channel, and that was the reason why I have not been uploading in this channel for a few days. So the name of the new channel is Lil Programmers. Yep, so you have Lil Scratchers and you also have Lil Programmers. Let me show that channel to you. And I've already uploaded 5 videos. So in this channel, we usually don't use Scratch. Instead, we make games using other things. We make games, we make web pages using HTML, we make games using Roblox, and after a bit more time, we'll be adding so many more things like a JavaScript tutorial and another game in Roblox Studio and much more. So make sure you check this out. I'll put the links in the description as well. And also make sure you subscribe to Lil Techies. Shout out to Lil Techies because she have featured me in all of her videos and her channel. So make sure to check her out. She puts a lot of videos and she puts it related to making thumbnails and wallpapers, all the things you need to be a YouTuber or, just a graphic designer. So I'll put her links and the link to Lil Programmers and my Scratch account and also the assets to this game in the description. So make sure to check that out and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.